Hello again everyone. Now I'm here again today to do my next video on my request list, which is how Life Path 3 is supported by expression number 5. So remember, the life path is your purpose for this lifetime. It's the main part of your purpose. You have to include your birthday number as a major sub lesson, but it's 90% your life path is your purpose. And remember, your birthday number is an added hint on which direction to go, and a few added sub lessons that support that life path 3. Now, the expression number is the talents that you brought with you to help support your life path 3. Now, in some areas, they're going to be really congruent. And to be honest, the 3 and the 5 are two very congruent numbers, very similar in their way. And the great thing about them being similar is that the 5 can enhance the needs of the 3. However, they have some difficulties that the 3 has, but the 5 also shares that could be something that will be something that you, as a life path 3 expression 5, will need to work harder on. But there's going to be many elements in your life path that you're going to find so much easier when you apply the talents from your expression number 5. Two very, very similar numbers, very expressive, both communicators. The life path 3 is all about learning to be an emotional, creative and passionate communicator so that your audiences stop and listen to your message. Now, that can be speaking to audiences, it can be acting, it can be singing, it can be any kind of performance, even dance or sports or extreme sports, or it can be creative arts, it can be sculpture, it can be painting, it can be pottery, it can be anything creative where you use your body to create something amazing. So that's what the Life Path 3 is all about. But it's mostly about controlling your emotions and expressing your emotions through your words and your creativity in an appropriate manner, because life path 3s can really struggle with their emotions. They can be exuberantly happy and rise everyone's energy up to the rafters, or they can be incredibly low and depressive, and sometimes at their very worst they can tear people apart emotionally if they want to. But the life path 3 is here to raise people's emotions, and they have to do that by managing their own emotions first. And that's where their creativity will really flow, when the emotions can be controlled and channeled in a much better way. That's what the life path 3 is all about. The expression number 5 is going to bring the confidence and the expression and the verbal and communication ability that the life path 3 needs. There may be some struggle to focus, little bit of irresponsibility and spontaneity if you're not careful. So it's really important when it comes to taking responsibility for your actions that the carefree, adventurous, talented 5 thinks before they act, because both these numbers can do similar things there, as I said. But let's break down the life path 3, that all important life path 3, and look element by element how the life path 3 and the expression number 5 affect each other. But just before that, if I can get my system to work, why did that not happen? Just want to let you guys know again about my new books that are out. My 3rd book is on its way, and that's going to be about the soul urge and how that affects the life path. So my book 1, Remember Your Life Purpose, is all about looking at the elements of your life path, element by element, and also looking as well on the major sub lesson, the birthday number. And I have charts on for all of the life path and birthday numbers all the way through the book, which shows you the element of the life path next to the birthday number, really, and what you need to achieve for both. And of course, the life path column is the most important, and then the right hand column is where the birthday number elements are. And Remember Your Life Purpose really gives you a detailed idea of your life purpose, and it's also a great book that you can use to read other people's life purpose and give them information on their life purpose. Remember Your Talents is about what this video is about, really, how your expression number and your other talent numbers, like your maturity number, your intensifiers, support your life purpose, which is your life path and birthday number. So your talent number, which is your expression number most importantly, is going to be the biggest help when it comes to your life path and birthday number, your life purpose. But there are other talent numbers as well that also create an element of ability within you. So there's many ingredients that you can use in your toolbox to help you achieve your purpose. And remember, your talents really breaks down how your abilities can really help or sometimes hinder your life path. And the third book's going to be how the soul urge works with the life path. So it can be used as a detailed personal development manual for you, or you can use these books in order to help you read for other people if you want to become a numerologist yourself. These books really back up my master numerology course on Udemy. So I often recommend that people that do my master course on Udemy take on these books because it will really support them in their journey to become a numerology practitioner. Anyway, moving on, and yet again it's not working. So let's get back to the task at hand. The life path 3 is the all-important number. It's your areas of development, your elements to achieve in this lifetime. So you've got to learn, and you're not going to find this easy. Well, depending on your expression number will depend how easy it is, really, and your soul urge number. But you must learn balanced, creative, expressive, emotional self-expression in whatever medium that you are passionate about as a life path 3. You could and must learn to creatively express yourself, whether it be with your words or with your creative artistry or with your body or with how you create with your hands, or whatever you use, whatever medium you have to express yourself is what the 3 is all about. You've got to also work on expressing your emotions in a balanced way. Like an actor, they control and express their emotions in a way that brings an emotional reaction from the people around them. And that's what the life path 3 needs to learn to do. They need to learn to be a wizard of the emotion, to know when they're feeling angry and ready to go, how can they channel that in a more positive way. Excuse me, I've got a bit of hay fever and it's making me want to scratch my nose constantly. That's why creative artistry is very emotional, because it's about expressing yourself in a very positive way and using your emotional expression in a very positive way. But as I said, life path 3s can struggle to learn how to express their emotions, being either on a high of excitement and social genius, or on a real deep low of depression, and almost because of that depression, anger and abuse towards others. Now that's what they're here to really traverse. Now the expression number 5 is another very emotional, very dynamic talent energy. So this is what you are already. You love to engage in varied experiences, what you're good at. You're adaptable and you're able to scratch the surface of many subjects and look at the world with the eyes of a child and experience the world around you. But this is all for you to eventually, when you've experienced as much as you can, what was it you loved about it? What is your specific passion? The 5 is all about looking at the world around them with the eyes of a child and then finding their passion, their mastery. And then that passion and mastery bringing them not only independence and interdependence, but personal freedom too. You're able as a 5 to enhance, to balance variation and adventure, to enjoy variation and adventure, but discipline that with your discipline, your mastery, and the people around you, like your family and friends. And it's that balance that you already have as a talented 5. You can be focused. You can be very committed to one subject to achieve freedom via focus, discipline and mastery. But until you find that mastery, you're going to enhance the unfocused nature of the life path 3. So it's, these 2 numbers together are not known for focus. They're known for dynamism and change and excitement. They're not known for their focus. But the expression 5, when they find their mastery, have the talent to be able to focus, sometimes hugely, sometimes obsessively, with discipline, to create their mastery that will eventually bring them the personal freedom that they strive for, or that they are able to achieve. Excellent communication skills when you're a 5, very technical in your communication skills, good storyteller, so already good at emotionally expressing what you need to say to an audience as a storyteller, either in words or in speech. So the 5 already gives the 3 here the ability to communicate emotionally, which is amazing and really useful, extremely useful for a life path 3, because it brings them a kind of fearlessness. The expression number 5 brings a fearlessness and a charisma and a confidence that the life path 3 would really capitalize on and would really help them to achieve their path, because that courage, that confidence and fearlessness in a 5 can sometimes get a 5 in trouble, but when used properly, that fearlessness can really propel somebody to great heights as an entrepreneur or performer or whatever they want to be. So let's get on with breaking down these elements, shall we? So as a life path number 3, you're here to express yourself verbally. Now there's 3 elements to this: verbally, creatively, emotionally. Okay, 3 different things. So you're here to learn to express yourself verbally, because 3s can sometimes struggle to express themselves verbally. Excuse me. Excuse me, my hay fever really causes all kinds of issues and itches, coughs and throat issues. Got a tickle in my throat at the minute. It's horrible this time of year. Well, it's gorgeous weather, but the pollen is diabolical. Anyway, you're here to learn to express yourself verbally, to inspire, to inform and to delight. And many life path 3s and 33 6s actually can, in their early life and as they're growing up and sometimes into adulthood too, struggle in some way verbally. Now this can range from a stutter or speech delay or chronic shyness that makes you not be able to say the words or have the confidence to say the words, or language difficulties where you struggle to find the right words to say when you want to say them. And that can be quite a prevalent difficulty for a life path 3. And these verbal difficulties can come in very different forms. But when you have a 5 talent energy, you actually have the talent and ability to be an excellent communicator, very technical, both written and verbal, emotional. They can be written authors, storytellers, or verbal storytellers, or actors, performers. The 5 is very exuberant and confident and loves to perform to an audience, or is very good at, when you're in expression 5, you're very good at expressing to an audience. You have excellent charisma as a 5, ability to inspire, inform and delight any audience. You've got the talent already there when you're an expression 5. Really helpful for that 3. You're also confident, as I've already said. I do repeat myself a lot. I run ahead of myself. Confident, fearless, that free thinker. 5 is quite rebellious, quite good at getting themselves in trouble. But when they use it for great things, this free thinking ability of the 5 can really propel the 5 as an entrepreneur and a bringer of change. These skills that you have as a fearless free thinker and communicator can potentially support and balance many of your verbal communication difficulties in the life path 3. You're also here to express yourself very creatively. Now, many 3s can say to me, I'm not creative at all. And that's the issue for a 3. They can feel that they're not creative, they're not good enough, my work's not very good, I'm not even creative. And that is part of what they're here to learn, that actually they're one of the most creative in numerology. The 3, 6 and the 9 especially is the creative line of the 3 numbers. So the 3 is actually very creative, but when it's the 3, you can struggle to even believe that you're creative. So you can struggle to start creative jobs because you think you can't do it or progress, even execute it at all. And definitely you might get halfway through and fail to finish it, because finishing it, might lead to failure, and, you're not creative, apparently. And it's just lack of confidence and self-belief. But, especially with an expression number 5, more so, you're extremely creative. You're not a 3, 6, 9 in the talent, but 5s are already very creative when it comes to other areas. So the 5 talent energy makes you very verbally creative, and artistically you can inspire others. You've got that within you. You're also interested, if you're interested, for example, in a topic or a specialism, you will commit to that to the end. Okay, you will creatively commit to it and continue to be creative with that mastery. But until you find that passion, because threes need to be passionate about what they do, and fives are here to bring that passion. But until you find that passion, which doesn't come straight away, because I'm an expression number 5, and I was scratching the surface of many subjects for years until in sort of I'd say late childhood, or teens, I would say, that I started to really find my passion and specialism. And many fives are actually much later than that until they find their specialism. So it's really important for you, especially as a 3-5, that you find your passion, your specialism. Until you find that, you will struggle to finish creative projects. And at first, you may even struggle to finish creative projects that are part of your passion and mastery. You've got to keep going and believe in yourself. It's very, very important. So support your life path 3. Find your passion, your focus, your mastery, your discipline, and make it your specialism, because that mastery will bring you to personal freedom. Because that mastery that you also have the ability to communicate that creatively, to inspire and delight audiences. So you've got the ability not only to have the passion and work towards it as an entrepreneur, but you can also communicate that information creatively to others, which again is very supportive of the life path 3 and should be used as such. Dynamic, taking risks, being confident, because you're in front of an audience in many different ways, not always standing on a stage. Sometimes you're showing your creativity, sometimes you're performing it. Sometimes you might be showing your artwork or expressing your artwork to others. Sometimes you're dancing and acting and singing, but you've got to learn to be dynamic in order to do that. You've got to be able to take risks, because if you're too safe, the industry is going to eat you for breakfast, or any kind of expression towards others. You've got to be able to take intuitive risks. The expression 5 is going to help with that intuition. So be dynamic, take intuitive risks so that you can be confident and enjoy the attention and limelight of an audience, rather than shying away from it, because 3s can have struggle with being shy and underconfident and unable to take any kind of risk or stand in front or say anything to anyone half the time. But your 5 talent energy again is going to be really supportive here, because you're dynamic and fearless already. You throw caution to the wind. In fact, risk can be a big thing for you. 5s can be very risky and sometimes affect their own well-being, and sometimes horribly the well-being of others, because of the risks they take, because they love excitement and adventure, and it's all part of the journey for them. So you're comfortable in front of an audience, very confident, very jovial, happy to be the centre of attention. In fact, 5s are very good at being the centre of attention. You will have the courage, the dynamism and the energy you need, again, for this element of your life path 3. Again, 2 very supportive numbers of each other. Developing as an entrepreneur is what the 3 is all about, because the 3 is going to find it difficult to stay in standard employment, because they're very inconsistent in their work ethic, and they can be, work in fits and starts, and they prefer to work on their own time and their own schedule, expressing their own creativity. So it's important that the 3 has a development of their own entrepreneurship, and then are able to promote their work confidently and network and make money creatively as a 3. Because again, like I said about feeling uncreative, you can procrastinate and fail to stay focused and working consistently, especially if you haven't found your focus and your mastery. And again, this is vital. Your focus and mastery is vital here for you to move forward with anything, let alone an entrepreneurial kind of situation. Your 5 talent energy makes you a natural entrepreneur. Again, the 5 is very supportive of 3. You're a go-getter. 5s make things happen like an 8. They can communicate, they can promote, they can network their passion, their mastery, and really support their life path 3 when they are really, really hammering on their mastery. But again, until you find that passion and mastery, you're going to struggle with that focus. You're going to be, at school, you were probably a window starer or someone that forgot their homework constantly because they're just not focused enough or interested enough to remember what anyone else wants them to do or responsibility for anything else. So you'll struggle to stay focused on one thing or work consistently in any way until you find that mastery. And then your passion and your interest will take over. You're here to learn to express your emotions positively. Remember, as I said about the three, performers express controlled emotions, and they do it in such an authentic way because they're mastering the emotional expression. And that's what the three is all about, because threes, they can be quite sensitive to criticism, absorb and be controlled by other people's emotions rather than taking control of their emotions and positively taking control to raise others' emotions. And this can cause negative expression. Like threes can really kick off. Sorry about the scratching of the nose. Pollen seems to love me today. You're here to learn to express positively. And of course, because of that, you have much potential to express yourself negatively, either through anger or, shouting or just depression and low mood. So it's about finding that balance to be able to understand your own emotions and your triggers, and through that awareness and understanding to help you to learn to, how could I express, not hold it in, how could I express those emotions in a more healthy way, and learn how I express emotions so that I can learn to control it and raise the emotions of others. You're here to learn to be the emotional genius. So the 5 talent energy makes you passionately emotional. In fact, the 5 is a drama queen. They love a bit of drama, and sometimes they can be quite conflict creating, especially if they haven't found their focus, because they're looking for excitement in every corner of every room. So they're passionately emotional and a drama queen. They're brave, strong, fearless, as any 5 always is, strong-minded. And they love a good scrap, unfortunately. Fearless, free spirit, unconcerned by criticism from others. They really couldn't care less. You can be extremely positive and happy, but also very wired and argumentative, because 3s, sometimes they look for a bit of drama, and they'll either start a bit of drama or sometimes just start it from a distance or start it by themselves and create a bit of EastEnders style drama, which can sometimes cause emotional issues and not be very helpful for the 3, because they need to learn to balance their emotions, not create drama and have to deal with high emotional situations. I mean, to a certain extent, the expression 5 pushing the 3 or helping the 3 into emotional situations is actually quite good research for the 3 to help with their emotional learning. But the damage that could be created left unchecked could be quite severe. So emotional issues could be a problem here. Emotional analysis, and analyze yourself when you're in a situation. Okay, what made me angry then? What was my trigger then? How did I feel in my body when I felt that anger? And then how did I react? And just have that all in front of you and think, okay, how helpful was my emotional reaction? How could I have maybe thought about what I thought about it and maybe redirected that differently, so that next time you're in that situation, you're more likely to trigger your memory in, okay, I need to express myself a little bit better here. I need to be authentic, and I need to not hold my emotions in, but I need to be a bit more harmonious and positive with the way I express myself, because that's what's going to bring you harmonious and positive results. So support your life path 3 by working on your drama queen tendencies and analysing your reactions, and then learning through awareness of your emotions to express yourself more positively to others around you, your family, and to your audience, because it's all about emotional expression, whether it's to an audience or whether it's to the people around you. So you're here to develop the habit of taking action. The 3 is a very dynamic number, and because of that, the 3 can struggle with apathy, laziness, lack of focus and direction, and lock themselves sometimes away in a bedroom and do nothing. And when they're here to take action, to execute ideas and learn by experience. So the 5 talent energy makes you very much a doer. The 5 is a go-getter and an experiencer. So the adventurer. of numerology. They like to just do things. In fact, they do before they think. Sometimes this works to do before you think, but a lot of the time, sometimes they do things that really, if they'd have thought about it, they wouldn't have acted in that way, or they haven't really realised the impact of their action without thought. You're good at expanding ideas as a 5. As I said, performing, speaking, writing, socializing, traveling, adapting, being adventurous, having new experiences, meeting new people. It's very you're like an excited child when you're in variation. You love choice as a 5, or you're good with choice. You're not overwhelmed by choice. You like to have a bit of choice. You like to try everything, one of each flavour in the sweetie bag. So support your life path 3. Act on your creative passion and specialism. I know your confidence might hold you back at times, but remember, you're an expression 5. You're fearless and confident, and you've got to keep that in mind, and use your intuition also to support you. So act on your creative passion, your mastery, your specialism, and direct it and focus it, and keep directing and focusing until you've created or brought something great for yourself as an entrepreneur, performer, speaker, writer, whatever it is you would like to do as a 3. You're here to learn to be the social, talkative life of the party, the bringer of fun and positivity, because you're the stage performer, you're the bringer inner, you're the charisma. You'll need to be the networker, the communicator, the meeting of new people, pulling people in, being confident socially, the social butterfly. Knowing everyone, getting everyone's phone number, and nudge, nudge, wink, wink, kind of. That's what the 3 is here to do. And because of that, the 3 can be really underconfident, really quiet, and sometimes, as I said right at the beginning, even struggle to speak at all because of low confidence. But your 5 talent energy, again, is going to be really useful here, because you have a very spontaneous, fun-loving talent energy already. You bring fun and camaraderie to every situation, which helps your social confidence hugely and will really support the social element of your life path 3, because you're already excellent at storytelling and networking and communicating your message confidently to anyone. And this will support your life path 3. So get that talent in your expression 5 into action so that you can really communicate your emotional and message as you need to do as a 3. You've got to develop interdependence as well, because 3s struggle to stay with routine. They struggle to stay with the everyday, and getting a job is not 9 to 5 work. 3s, that routine, that repetition is hard for a 3 to stick to, because they love change, creativity and adventure. And because of this, they can prefer to be looked after. They want to focus on their own creative stuff and on their time. So they actually want someone with a fat wallet to look after them, really, because they can be prone to avoiding anything needing commitment or routine or following the rules or day-to-day time schedule of others is not something a 3 is good at. But they need to be able to work through that so that they can become interdependent, not dependent on a fat wallet of someone else. So your 5 talent energy means that you can be fiercely independent. So we've got a little bit of woo. In fact, 5s can actually be quite fearful, especially soul edge 5s, fearful of being dependent. And whereas the 3 tips towards dependence, there can be very much an up and down issue when it comes to swinging from independence to dependence and back again, and being able to support others as much as they support you, or just being interdependent. So you can either be fiercely independent and push everyone away, or you can be totally dependent. And there needs to be some balance there, because we're in an interdependent world and we need to help each other. So you can be fiercely independent as a 5, which swings you the other way. And you can often swing between independence and dependence due to your risk-taking potential, your reckless adventure, and your difficulty with being involved in anything routine or everyday or same old. It's not somewhere a 3 wants to be. And the 5, unless they're passionate about what they're doing, the boring old routine and commitment and day-to-day is not going to be an easy thing for you. Okay, so to support your life path 3, you've got to find some focus. So I'm going back to the mastery here. You've got to focus and commit to something that you're passionately interested in, that you can use in your entrepreneurship, in anything, to help you to be more independent and interdependent, to be able to give and receive in equal measure rather than being fiercely independent or totally dependent. There needs to be a balance between the two, because people can help you as much as you can help them when you find that balance. So there might be a difficulty here in finding that balance initially, as with when you have these numbers. You're here to be opportunistic, the networker, very much the person who can jump on ideas, natural salesman kind of confidence and charisma, where you can jump on opportunities and network and make useful connections with new people. So learning to be skillful at meeting new people and snapping up opportunities as they fly your way, opportunities to spread your emotional message and progress your ideas to more people and more situations, and bringing more opportunities to expand your message or to expand your creativity as far and wide as that you can. Your expression number 5, your 5 talent energy, means that you're naturally confident, spontaneous, and able to deal with changing circumstances very well. You can see opportunities and snap them up, very adaptable. You can shoot in and shoot out and duck and dive, if you know what I mean. You're very able to notice unplanned opportunities and swoop down like an eagle and snap them up. Very, very good at that. Also excellent at communicating, drawing people in, able to spread the word effectively, all to support your life path 3. So far, most of the elements of your talent number are very supportive of your life path 3. There's some issues when it comes to interdependence and focus and things I've said before, but not many. So the things that I've focused on, like your focus and independence, might need to be focused on with a little bit more effort. But so far, you've got good talent in order to walk the path of your life path 3. Taking responsibility, though, this is another snag. There aren't many snags when it comes to these two numbers, but this is another one of those snags that goes alongside possible lack of focus and lack of interdependence or balanced interdependence, is responsibility. Now, 3s are very, come on, let's do this, let's do that. Let's not think about the what could happen afterwards. Let's just do it. Let's have fun. Let's jump off a cliff and hope we don't die. Let's go and dance the night away and drink until we're scatty. 3s are very much about getting out there and having fun, very hedonistic in their way. So that can make them quite irresponsible. They can struggle with doing things that can be irresponsible, or not thinking before they act. It's not necessarily something they're doing on purpose, like they want to hurt people. It's just that sometimes they take unplanned, unthought out, spontaneous action, and they just haven't thought before they've acted. They've been too spontaneous and too over emotional and excitable in the moment. And it's their path to think before they act and take full responsibility for what they do in this world and the consequences of their actions as a dynamic and spontaneous 3. Your 5 talent energy means that you can be very responsible, but also very irresponsible. At your best, when you have your mastery, you're committed and dependable and disciplined, and at your worst, you're totally uncommitted, totally irresponsible, and you brush the subject of all different things without really thinking about the impact of what you do. Prone to running away from your responsibilities, prone to not accepting responsibilities, or wanting or thinking that, why should I have responsibility to others? I have other things to do. I want to travel. I want to do my own thing. I want to work on my own mastery. Being responsible to others is not something that comes natural to an expression number 5. So again, this is not going to be easy, but the life path 3, and you can use your mastery to do this. Use your own passion. You don't want to be unhappy, although the soul urge we haven't discussed yet. Depends what your soul urge is. Commit to becoming more responsible to those around you, so that you're not acting in a way that can get you in trouble. To be honest, you don't want to do things that's going to get you arrested or make you ill or get you injured or someone else injured, or or worse. killed. You know, we don't want that. So commit to becoming more responsible for what you do, taking responsibility for your actions when they've occurred also. So it's about thinking before you act, and acting first responsibly, and taking responsibility after you've acted in a way that could be more responsible. Now, this again is going to be an element that you're going to have to work on when you have these two numbers. So I hope you found, excuse my nose itching today, the pollen is diabolical. So my links to my books on Amazon, links to my Udemy course that teaches all about numerology, that's all going to be in the description box. If you'd like to request a video from me, please let me know. I've got about 10 requests still to do, so it might take me a few weeks and sometimes a couple of months or so, but your video will get done. I'm very precious about taking note of all my requests and making sure all my requests are answered. So if you'd like a reading, please contact me. I do long readings that could last 2 hours and are very detailed or recorded, or I can do shorter readings, and I also offer PDF readings also. You can question me on my videos, you can request videos, you can just say hello and ask me some questions. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. So, as ever, whatever I say to you, you still got to trust the soul within you, because, you know, it's only your own soul, your own intuition that really knows what's best for you. See you soon.